Hey folks, welcome back to the next Hyper FB Traffic video. Now for this video we've already gone ahead and we've created our Facebook fan page. We've added all the different tabs we want to add, we've made changes to the privacy settings, we've set up static FBML on the page and created a custom tab and set that up as the tab that everyone's going to see when they come and visit our fan page for the first time. But before we can go ahead and start inviting some people to become fans of this fan page, there is one more thing that we have to do first, and that's to start posting some content to the fan page. Just like you wouldn't go ahead and start driving traffic to a website that didn't have anything on it, you don't want to start sending people to sign up to be friends of your fan page if there's really nothing there for them to engage with. Okay, so what you want to do, first and foremost, is you want to create an account at either Alltop or Google Reader. Reason being, you want to use those services to keep track of any new content that's being added to the top 10 or 20 sites that are in your market. So, during your research, as you're starting to identify this market and the different offers that you can promote, one of the things that you're going to come across is you're going to come across a lot of different competitors. When you find these competitors, you want to note their websites, and if they have an RSS feed, you want to note that RSS feed because you can add that to Google Reader. What you're going to do is you're going to have a constant stream of information related to your market that's going to show up every day in your Google Reader, or you can set it up as a Google alert if you'd want to. So in this case, in the case of Michelle's Doggy Wash and Groom, you would want to have some information that's related to doggy washing and grooming. So if there's new products that come out or new information about the market, about different techniques or different services or things like that, you'd want to be aware of those changes, and then you'd want to pass that information on to your fans. So let's say, for example, there's a new dryer that comes out. I apologize, I'm not familiar. I don't own a dog myself, so I'm not familiar with all the different things that go involved with doggy washing and grooming. But let's say that Michelle's Doggy Washing and Grooming, they're looking at different, or they have a dryer, right? So they have a dryer that the person uses to dry the dog. Well, Michelle knows that people who are interested in doggy wash and grooming would also be interested in sort of new developments that go on in the market. So she subscribes to a site that has information about new technologies that are coming out related to dog grooming, and she just so happens to show up in her Google Reader a new article about this new way of drying the dogs after they've been washed and groomed. It's this industrial thing and yada yada yada, and it looks really funky because let's say it almost looks like an industrial dishwasher kind of thing. You put the dog in and they come out nice and dry, and so there's lots of opportunities there for something that's humorous or funny or interesting, just because of the way it's designed and things like that. So Michelle understands that this relates to my business, this relates to the people who are interested in me and my business. I can then use this information and create a post about it. It's basically just since you're conveying your own personality, your own thoughts, and your own image, what you want to do is you want to sort of add your own spice to everything. So if you're someone who jokes around a lot or things like that, you would have you'd say, you'd make some sort of witty or funny comment about it, and then provide a link to a picture or upload the picture. And there's many different ways that you can go at it. You can go and find the picture, create a photo album, add the picture, put your own comment underneath the picture, allow other people to leave their own comments. You could add a discussion. Okay, you could create a new discussion around it, like, is this thing really going to work? You can post a wall post. You can put if there's a video about it, you could link to the video. You could provide a link to the actual article that you found, because more likely than not, a lot of the cases, the person who you're subscribed to, the person where you're getting this information from, they usually get their information from another source. So rather than promoting a potential competitor in their website, you can go right to the source. It's usually going to be like a press release or something like that, and you can direct people right to that original source. So once you have some information coming in, what you want to do is you want to post at least one new piece of content per day. Like I said, you're going to post it based upon your personality, what it is that you're conveying with the business that you're promoting. In this case, it's the doggy washing grooming. If you were an affiliate marketer and you're creating a page, you'd have a different strategy. If you were the product owner, your strategy would be a little bit different as well. But the main thing is you want to share information that's related to your market. Yes, these people who say that they're fans of your doggy washing grooming store have a connection to you, but they also have a connection to the market itself. So they have an interest in dog grooming in general. They have an interest in their pets in general, different dog foods, different dog training techniques. So they're all part of the same pie. They're all just different slices. Okay? So once you have, like I said, once you have that information coming in and you're posting at least one new piece of content a day, you want to take note of the times that your fans are usually on Facebook. Obviously, you're not going to have that sort of information until you start getting some fans. Once you start getting some fans and you start getting that information showing up, then you can start to use that to have a better idea of when it is that they're on Facebook. If you find that they're online between, say, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you'll want to make sure that those posts that you're making are around that time as well. There's no real sense in posting an update at, say, 7 o'clock if it's going to be another 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours before most of your fans are going to be logged into their Facebook accounts. If you've ever had a Facebook account, you'll know that someone's wall can get very quickly filled up with all the content from all their friends. You can imagine someone has 100 friends. They each post one thing a day. That's 100 items. Very easily, your post can fall off the page, can fall way back in their wall feed because of the activity of their other friends. So you want to make sure that you have your post updates sent very close to when it is that they're most active. You'll also want to use a mix of your own thoughts, any sort of breaking news that you find, tips, tools, and resources, and we talked about that. If you find something that's interesting, or it doesn't have to be just about your business. In the case of Michelle's Doggy Washing Grooming, although yes, the ultimate goal is to get more people coming in and getting their dogs washed and groomed, you still need to look at the world outside of just your little bubble and give people information that relates to dog grooming and washing and owning a pet in general, because those are the things that are going to interest them as well. As I mentioned, you want to make use of text, video, and photos in the content of your posts. Don't just stick to plain text posts. You do want to mix it up and make it more interactive and more engaging for people. Now, if you want to, you can allow your fans to post information, and you can do that here. So if you click Settings, under Fans Permissions, Posting Abilities, fans can write or post content on the wall, so whether it's photos, videos, or links. Unless you have a good reason to, I'd suggest you leave that as it is. Allow them to post content. It's exactly what you want them to do. You want them to interact with you, you want them to engage with you, and you want them to post content to your fan page. Now, if after tracking the top 10 or 20 sites that are in your market, if you're still finding it hard to come up with topics that you can write about or information that you can share with your fans, One of the easiest things you can do is that you can actually add the Opinion Polls Facebook application to your fan page. You'll use it to just create a very simple fan page where you'll ask your fans what it is that they'd like to hear you talk about. So, what do you want to hear about, or what interests you, or what's on your mind, kind of thing. And then based on the responses that you get from them, you'll then use that information to write posts related to those topics. So just as you would with anything else, you're going to actually type in the opinion poll. Okay. Opinion polls. No, it's not finding it. Okay, let's try that again. Sometimes Facebook gives you a hard time with these. Yeah, see, it's not pulling it up. Let me try. Okay, so I know the application is called Opinion Polls. So see, when I search by Opinion Polls, it doesn't find it at all, which is troubling. Yeah, see, and that's not the one I'm looking for. And even if I go to, I wonder if I go to applications, if I can find it. Maybe this one is it. Sorry, just let me check here. Petitions and polls. Yeah, this isn't the one. The URL is actually apps.facebook.com/opinion polls. When you enter that in, you'll actually go right to this page here where you can then create your own poll. So like I said, you just create a poll, ask them what it is that they want to see you talk about, go here to submit it. They'll be able to fill out the poll and give you feedback. Based on that feedback, you can then go ahead and choose what you would like to write. So once you have your page filled up with a variety of different pieces of content that you can share with your fans, you can then move on to actually going ahead and inviting people to become your fans. Now, the quickest and easiest way to do that is to click the Suggest to Friends button. Now here what's going to happen is you're going to get a list of all of your current friends. Okay, so these are going to be friends that are linked to your profile, because Facebook understands that this page belongs to that profile of yours. So you'll have a list of all your friends here, and you can select which ones you want to send invitations to, and then click the Send Invitations button to send the invitation. Alternatively, as I mentioned in an earlier video, you do have the ability to use the Facebook search option to find people related to your market. So you can find other fan pages that relate to pets or to dogs or specific. So in this case, we could say, let's say dog grooming. Let's get really specific here. Okay, so in the case of dog grooming, so here's 1,500 people about who like this community page, actually. So I know it's a community page because it says right here it's a community page. And it does look a little bit different than a regular fan page, as well as it includes Wikipedia information here. So I can see all the different people that like this fan page, and I can start to try and target some of them. Okay, you can do the same with people, the same with groups. So here's a dog grooming group. Okay, and then there are 1,527 members. I can select See All, and I'll see a big list of them. Once again, I can try and add each of them as friends. Okay, so I can add as a friend, right? Choose that option. Okay, and then once they're added as a friend, they'll then have access to my fan page where they can become a fan of my fan page. But in most cases, what's going to happen is people are going to find your fan page based on the other promotional efforts that you'll set up, which is something that we'll discuss later. Before we get into that, though, there is 2 more things we need to cover here with your Facebook fan page. We need to look at how you can engage your fans to get the most activity as possible out of your fan page, as well as how you can track your different fan page results. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover both of those topics in the next video. So I'll look forward to that, and I'll see you in the next video.